So hello students, welcome to the virtual session in which we are going to study about the decomposition reactions. So dear children, decomposition reactions are those reactions in which a compound splits up into two or more simpler substances. Please note that a decomposition reaction is just the opposite of combination reaction, because in a decomposition reaction, two or more substances combine to form single substance, whereas in decomposition reaction a single substance splits up to form two or more simpler substances. So let us design a general formula for the decomposition reaction. It is given in the black portion. AB is equal to A plus B. Means when a single compound breaks into two or more simpler products, then you can identify it as a decomposition reaction. Dear children, decomposition reactions can be categorized into three types: electrolytic, thermal, and photolytic. So let's study one by one each type of decomposition reaction. We will begin with the thermal decomposition reaction. When a decomposition reaction is carried out by heating, it is called thermal decomposition. Thermal means relating to heat. कोई भी रिएक्शन जो हीट की प्रेजेंस में हीट से होती है, हीट करने से होती है, उस रिएक्टेंट को हीट करने से होती है, उस रिएक्शन को हम थर्मल डिकम्पोजिशन रिएक्शन कहते हैं. लेट अस टेक few examples of thermal decomposition reaction. This is the first example where it is shown that when ferrous sulfate is heated strongly, it decomposes to ferric oxide, sulfur dioxide, and sulfur trioxide. This is the equation given here. Ferrous sulfate, FeSO4, it is actually a solid crystalline substance compound which is light green in color. It is shown here. When this ferrous sulfate, green color ferrous sulfate crystals are heated, after heating a new product is formed which is brown in color, and this new product is ferric oxide, Fe2O3. This is brown in color. Along with this compound, two gases are evolved: sulfur dioxide and sulfur trioxide. This activity, it is given in your book on page 8, and the activity is 1.5. It can easily be done in the laboratory. You need only a boiling tube and this ferrous sulfate burner and a pair of tongs. When you take a little amount of ferrous sulfate and start in the boiling tube and start heating it, you will find that on heating, ferrous sulfate crystals lose water. वाटर ड्रॉपलेट्स आपको यहाँ पर टेस्ट ट्यूब के माउथ में आपको दिखाई देंगी जब वो कंडेंस होकर उसकी ड्रॉपलेट्स बन जाएंगी. And what happened then? When they lose water, an anhydrous ferrous sulfate, FeSO4. Anhydrous means dry ferrous sulfate is formed. So their color changes from light green to it is wrongly written here, light green to brown. On further heating, no, it is right, it first changes to green to white. On further heating, anhydrous ferrous sulfate decomposes to form ferric oxide, which is brown in color. Sulfur dioxide and sulfur trioxide are the two gases which are produced, which are evolved. And these gases, they give the smell of sulfur. Okay, you can watch this activity on the link given below. You can click on the link and watch this activity on my channel. Another example, very important example of thermal decomposition reaction is the decomposition of calcium carbonate to calcium oxide, that is quicklime, and calcium and carbon dioxide. This reaction also takes place by heating calcium carbonate, and this is very important decomposition reaction because this reaction is used in various industries, because the product formed here is calcium oxide, that is quicklime, and it has many uses, one of which is the manufacture of cement. So this reaction is important from commercial point of view. Again, this reaction takes place in the presence of heat, so it is the example of thermal decomposition reaction. Let's take another example. See, this reaction is shown here. When lead nitrate is heated strongly, it breaks into three compounds: lead monoxide, nitrogen dioxide, and oxygen. I must tell you that lead nitrate is a colorless compound, and on heating it decomposes into three products, one of which is lead monoxide, which is yellow in color as shown in the here in the figure, in the picture. So this yellow substance is lead monoxide, and again this activity can be easily done in the laboratory. You need again the boiling tube, and in boiling tube you have to take little amount, say 2 grams of lead nitrate, and start heating it, and you will find that gradually the white color or the colorless lead nitrate changes to white substance, which is actually lead monoxide. And here at the mouth of the test tube you will find brown fumes of nitrogen dioxide gas, and oxygen gas is not visible. So we can say that on heating, one compound, that is lead nitrate, is breaking to form three compounds, that is lead monoxide, nitrogen dioxide, and oxygen. So it is the example of decomposition reaction, and since it is taking place in the presence of heat, so this is the example of thermal decomposition reaction. So we have just studied one type of decomposition reaction, that is thermal. Now let's study electrolytic decomposition reaction. For electrolytic decomposition reaction, you should know the meaning that this is the decomposition reaction that takes place in the presence of electricity. Electrolytic, electro means electricity, lytic means breaking. कोई भी सब्सटेंस जब इलेक्ट्रिसिटी की हेल्प से टूटेगा तो उसे हम इलेक्ट्रोलिटिक डिकम्पोजिशन रिएक्शन बोलेंगे. Now in this we can take the example of the decomposition of water. Decomposition of water takes place in the presence of electricity. Means पानी को तोड़ना है, H2O को तोड़ना है, किसमें? हाइड्रोजन और ऑक्सीजन में. For that you need a setup, and this activity is shown in your book as activity 1.7, where a plastic mug is taken and in the plastic mug, what happened? Two electrodes are made, and these two electrodes are, one is cathode and one is anode, and these two electrodes are connected with a 6-volt battery. And then this mug is filled with water, and few drops of sulfuric acid is added to water. Why is it so? This is to make water good conductor of electricity. Okay, so after that, two graduated test tubes filled with water are inverted over the two electrodes. These are the two electrodes. So these two test tubes are inverted over these two electrodes, and please note that these two test tubes are filled with water. After that, the whole apparatus is switched on. Now what you observe, you can, the both apparatus are same, just it is shown like this. Now what will you observe? You will observe, यहाँ देखो, दोनों गैसेस जो जब आपने ऑन किया, when the apparatus is switched on, electricity is passed. After some time you will observe that the bubbles of the gases being formed at both carbon electrodes inside the test tubes containing water. यहाँ पर bubbles बन रहे हैं, ठीक है. The gases formed at the two electrodes go on collecting in the top parts of the inverted test tube, और वो gases जो हैं वो यहाँ पर collect हो रही हैं. And another important observation in both the apparatus, you can see that the volume of gases collected in the two test tube is not the same. दोनों में जो volume है gases का वो same नहीं है, ठीक है. It is the volume of gas collected on the the volume of gas collected on the negative electrode, that is cathode, is double the volume of the gas collected on the positive electrode, that is anode. ठीक है. अब you have to keep on passing electric current till both the test tubes are completely filled with respective gases. Then you will remove the gas filled test tube carefully and test them one by one by bringing a burning candle close to the mouth of each test tube. When the burning candle is brought near the mouth of this right test tube, the gas in it burns rapidly, making a popping sound. And you must know that hydrogen gas burns with a popping sound. So the gas collected in the right test tube over negative electrode is hydrogen. Now, when the burning candle is brought near the mouth of the left, here it is shown, left test tube, the candle starts burning brightly. And we all know that oxygen gas makes things burn brightly. So the gas collected in the left test tube over positive electrode is oxygen. Now what do you conclude? What do you conclude from this experiment? We conclude that when electric energy from the battery is passed through water, the water dissociates. Dissociates means splits into diatomic molecules of hydrogen. Diatomic means 2H2, okay, and one molecule of oxygen. So Since the electrolysis of water produces 2 volumes of hydrogen gas and 1 volume of oxygen gas, we conclude that ratio of hydrogen and oxygen in the elements oxygen elements in water is 2:1 by volume. Or we can say, in other words, electrolysis of water shows that water compound is made up of 2 parts of hydrogen and 1 part of oxygen. So the formula of water is H2O. I hope you understood. This is the example of electrolytic decomposition reaction. Okay. Now the third type of decomposition reaction is photolytic, means anything which splits in the presence of light is a photolytic decomposition reaction. Decomposition reaction that takes place in the presence of light. Let's take the example. When silver chloride is exposed to sunlight, यहाँ पे दिखाया है कि आपने सिल्वर क्लोराइड को एक चाइना डिश में लिया और उसको सनलाइट में रख दिया. It is exposed to sunlight, then it decomposes into silver metal. This is silver metal and chlorine gas. Actually, what happens here, and the white color of silver chloride changes into gray color due to the formation of the silver metal. The decomposition of silver chloride is caused by light. It may be sunlight or the bulb की light भी हो सकती है. This reaction is actually known as photolytic decomposition reaction. And this reaction is also very important because it is used in black and white photography. In the same way, another example of photolytic reaction is silver bromide. Decomposition of silver bromide. It again takes place in the presence of light, where the light yellow silver bromide breaks into gray silver metal and bromine gas. So these two reactions are important because they are used in black and white photography. So decomposition reaction in our body. Do you know the digestion of food in the body, in our body, is an example of decomposition reaction. When we eat food like wheat, rice, potatoes, then the starch present in them decomposes to give simple sugars like glucose in the body, and proteins decompose into amino acids. So this you will study in detail in chapter number 6, that is life process, in future classes also. And one thing you must note, that the decomposition reactions, all types of decomposition reactions require energy, either in the form of heat or in the form of light or in the form of electricity. For what purpose? For the breaking down of the reactants. So these decomposition reactions in which energy is absorbed or used are known as endothermic reactions. In earlier session, you studied about combination reaction, in which I told you about the exothermic reaction. So exothermic reactions का just opposite होता है endothermic reaction. In exothermic reaction, you studied that heat is given out. In endothermic reaction, the energy is absorbed. It is used actually. Now, next slide, you can see that you can test yourself. Attempt these questions and test yourself. Try to solve them. And wherever you find the difficulty, you can write in the comment section, or you can ask me in the Google Meet class. So till then, see you. Have a great day. Thank you.